Okay, so we are back again with our political discussion, especially Edo State politics. We have this question, it's a brain stimulator. Is Governor Obaseki capable of becoming the president of Nigeria? Austin.
For me, if we really say let us talk of when we things are done well, if we are looking for people who can manage our resources and grow our economy.
Mm,
I only see among all the 36 governors that we have presently in Nigeria, I've only seen three out of them, and all the governors
mm,
are all in the PDP, and two are from the south. One is from the west, which is the Oyo State Governor, Makinde. You know him very very well. Somebody who has been in business even before he became a governor. Someone who has a life outside of politics. Somebody who is not the cold Nigerian politician, just like our dear Governor Obaseki. Somebody who has managed a whole, done a lot of things
mm,
on before, and even before he became a governor, and the crossover state governor. That's the only three I see. If it's where, if not that we do a lot of things about zoning, ethnicity, and all that, I would have advised the PDP. Their best candidate, if not for the so-called Northern Kaba, the ethnicity and all that, would have been Governor Makinde and Obaseki pairing together to form a formidable team for 2023 presidential election, and it would have been a perfect combination. It's just going to talk to one or two of them, one to step down to be the vice, and the other one going to be the president. But you know the case of Nigeria, people are always a lot of people always pick stand with the traditional Nigerian politicians who throw money around, who sort politicians, who do this and do that. People who don't believe in building institution, people who don't believe in serving the people, because leadership is all about service and not about power. It's all about serving the people. You must first of all be a servant before you can live, because you can lead. Unlike what we have in Nigeria now, where you have somebody who has been fighting since 1999 to be the president of Nigeria. And between 1999 and 2015, where he became the president, that's 16 good years. And in the 16 good years, they said he's a cattle rearer, he has cattle farm, he has this and had that. He wasn't even called among his cattle colleagues or cattle men to even come and for a speech anywhere in the country, outside the country, anywhere. The same man has never been invited anywhere in the world, even among his northern council, to even come and talk on anything about development or even have a speech on anywhere. He wasn't invited in Nigeria, even in his region, the north, even among his Muslim community. He wasn't invited anywhere for good 16 years between 1999 and 2015. The same man never went to school to upgrade his brain. He didn't do anything to even upgrade himself. And some Nigerians were so blind to say this kind of a man is what they need to manage over or close to about 2 million people, to manage our resources. And I begin to ask, is it that most of our people do not think, or that there is something really wrong with them as a people? Because if you look at the world, you see, managing the resources of a country is just too big to put, is just too much to put in the hand of someone who do not have anything to offer, someone who doesn't have a life apart from just waiting for me to become the president or become a governor.
mm.
We are more than, we passed that level, and that's why we are in this mess that we are in Nigeria, where the economy was one of the most fast growing economy in the world. Today as we speak, is totally dead. We don't have an economy as we speak today in Nigeria. The government keep borrowing money upon money, borrowing, and people are not seeing what they are borrowing
Because
for.
they don't know how to
It's only a
manage
foolish
resources in the country.
it's only a foolish government that borrows to feed. You are borrowing to fund your budget.
Mm.
That's madness.
Exactly.
That's madness. And look at the stealing everywhere. Look at the stealing everywhere. Everywhere that you see
Remember,
somebody saying they are doing this, they are doing that, they are doing this. And the same country where we are borrowing, the government is budgeting money to rehabilitate terrorists. And you say there's nothing wrong, and that government is okay.
yes.
The same country where we are borrowing, the same government went, the same president spent over 100 and something days in an hospital in the UK, and our presidential jet was parked in the UK, and we're paying I think about 5 million naira on a daily basis in the place where our presidential jet was parked on. Calculate 5 million times 105 days.
Uh, you
You
know,
know how much that is.
Austin,
A gov-
when you look at the political structure of Nigeria, they never give opportunity to people who are fit to lead the country. They never give them the
when
opportunity. That is why the country is not developing. Person like Governor Obaseki, right, for instance, is a genius. But look at what is facing in Edo State right now. They never give opportunity to those who are fit to manage the country. Let's look at his policies, his leadership in Edo State. Let's apply it to Nigeria as a whole and see if somebody like Governor Obaseki is a president of Nigeria, what do you think Nigeria will become?
First of all, the main thing is this:
Mm.
somebody must first of all have a life before he can be able to even give another person life or manage another person. So somebody
Mm.
must first of all have a business, have a wealth he has been managing for himself
Mm.
before he can begin to think of how to manage the wealth of the people.
Thank you. Yes.
You understand?
Mm.
The question I keep asking Nigerians every day: why do we keep electing people who do not have a life? People who do not have what they are doing. People who do not even have business
They don't
at
have
all.
even a
Whom we
sachet
should not even thinking
company,
at all.
even a
We
sachet,
elect them into
a water
we
company.
elect them, they don't even have a sachet water. We elect them into offices and we now expect them to perform miracle when they don't know anything. You settle down and look. I tell people there is no secret to success. There's only a system to success. That's why if you see the West, the Europe, the America, the Canada, and all that, take the dumbest person from Nigeria and you put that person in the US. Once that person wants to make it, it's just little time. The person couldn't go to school. Have you not seen some people who could not go to school in Nigeria? When they get out of the country, they go there and they get the best wherever they are.
Yes.
It's just for them to pick the intro where there's a system that help them
Mm.
to get the best out of, they bring
Yes.
the best out of them.
Upgrade them.
But in Nigeria, it will help them, put them in a way where they can give their best. That's why even if you look whether in sports, whether in economics, whether in education, whether in all sector, take the dumbest person from Africa to Europe or America. That person in less than just 5 years will give you his best.
Mm.
You see a lot of the way Nigerians are doing exploit all over the world
Yes.
because why they have the conducive environment for things to work. But in Nigeria,
It's the system.
where we have
It's the
where we
system.
have where we have you
Yeah.
see what we see what our government is trying to do in Edo State, trying to build a system that works. First of all, no nation can grow more than its level of education. That's why it's trying to do a lot about our own educational system. That the government has totally bastardized, that the government has intentionally, they did it intentionally to kill our educational system so that the people will totally not know anything. Because a people who do not know their history, a people who do not know where they are coming from, will never know where they are going. And the people who do not have a knowledge, who do not have knowledge, do not have the right education, will never really be able to stand for themselves. That's one of the biggest challenge of Nigeria. And there's also one thing about education. It is better not to have education, not to even go to school at all, than to have a wrong education. What we have now in Nigeria is not education, it's the wrong education that people are having. That's why you are seeing a professor can think of ringing an election for a man who do not even have a common school cert to become either a governor, a senator, a House of Rep member, or a state law maker. You ask that's a professor in the university who is supposed to be able to stand for truth, who is supposed to be able to do things rightly, they will take peanuts, set their conscience for no somebody who had no education to rule over them.
Then,
Because why? We have the worst set. Nigeria is the place where you have the worst set of education in the world. That's why you are seeing the way our professors act, the kind of things they do. You need to ask yourself, if these are professors, that means they don't even have a student. That's why you see lecturers in schools can force a female student. Like the female student does not, if he doesn't give him his body, is going to keep that student, that student will not be able to graduate. It happens everywhere. It happens in our education. See, the present education system we have in Nigeria today is nothing. It's totally zero. That's why we have the federal government who the money they are budgeting to the money they are spending to rehabilitate terrorists, the money they are spending on things that are not even worth it is more than what they are investing in our regional system. It's more than what they're investing now in our health sector. First of all, what has Obaseki been able to do? Totally do a whole stuff about the retraining and creating the right atmosphere for children to learn. Now, to speak to today, our education system in Edo State, it has now become where other state governors will now come to study, understudy, for them to take to their state. First of all, look at Governor Soso, the Lagos State governor. You heard him, you heard him talk even on camera that they've come to understand the copy of those states what Obaseki is doing in Benin to take to Lagos.
yes,
Because now you see that the teachers now have students are now happy to go to school. Unlike what we have before, where you don't even have chairs in the classroom, children don't have playing ground, children cannot even do sport, children cannot even go about their normal things in school because where the teachers are not trained. See, the knowledge of 5 years ago now is outdated. That's why teachers you need to retrain teachers every time for them to be able to measure up with what is going on in the world now. It's not just only about erecting the building, it's about also training the teachers, and that's what the governor have been able to do. Another thing again,
that is the
dislodging
policy.
the
That's what
that's what he has been able to do.
the
And
policy.
the reason why a lot of people are against him, you don't expect people like the lions and tigers who have no education to value the educational system that a governor is building in Edo State because they don't have it. They don't know what it means to have it. They don't know what it looks like. They will never appreciate what they don't have. That's why they are saying it's not doing anything, even when it's building. That's why they send their own children to Canada, to the UK, and to the US to school. What the government is trying to build at home that our people, the children of the poor man can attend, they don't value it, but they send their children there because they don't have at all. You understand me? Another thing again he built in terms of how we talk about revenue in the states, putting the
Another
square peg in the
revenue.
square hole.
Yes, the
Yes,
revenue.
you can't allow this thing is not just only happening in our state, it happens in federal level also,
Yes,
where our revenue are given to individuals, some touts given to people with who are not supposed to even be close to even the government at the first place. You gave them revenue to enrich themselves, where
themselves.
they take 100% of the revenue, pay about 30 or 50% to the government, the rest become their own, and they begin to feel like God, begin to feel that they now own the country or own the state. That's why a thug in our state, where we come from, celebrated is now a billionaire, is now 1 billion naira richer, have a house which a common businessman cannot even build, where he was buying lions, doing things that are totally not what a normal human being would do. Whereas normal human being will go and buy a lion and put it in his house. Because why? This is what we call money misroad. When people just get money, people who never thought in their life that they will ever make even a common 500,000. Now they now became millionaires. They will go mad. They will go haywire because why? This money is what they cannot manage. That's what we have. Now we have a governor who came in who decided that the state cannot just afford to keep doing this. Let us take this task and use it to serve the needs and the interest of the people. That's where one of the problems came in for a lot of us and they're shouting this and that. But let's ask ourselves now. Before in Benin, you hear chairman chop money, chairman want to do a birthday party, chairman want to do when it's his birthday. You see them doing birthdays round the states, round the clock, sometimes for a week, because it's chairman birthday. The bus drivers are assaulted, they pay this money, the market women are assaulted, they pay all this money. This is no longer like that the way it used to be. You see when they will write something, so so and so person, sister, on the bus, full in the ring road, in Trade Junction, Oliya Market, everywhere. Because why these people now think that they are not team God. Now people now deal directly with the state government where they paid it, and they are seeing what they are paying their tax for. They are seeing it. This is before a lot of them pay up to about 3,000 something a day. Imagine with all this lockdown now, the government has not been collecting tax for over how many months now. Yet the government is still able to pay salaries as at when dues.
Because
The pension,
government
because he had a plan, he knows how to manage resources. He
generate
has a plan on ground.
income, yes, internal revenue.
First of all, I would like to talk about the lack of accountability you talked about.
Mm.
For any government to be accountable, it is the people that make them accountable to them, not just only the government coming out to only accountable. In the Nigeria context, it will be very challenging for any government to just by himself to begin to talk to the people when the people themselves are not demanding for accountability.
How
For
can
the people to rather be thinking of how to demand for the government to explain to them how their money is being spent, how things are being done, they rather prefer to go there to take peanuts. Give me this, give me that, give me this. And they will forget about what they are supposed to do for their own interest. The people, I'm telling you, see, Nigerians are more concerned about what to get personally from the government than what the government is supposed to do to make them comfortable. That's why you are seeing most times you see when the government is trying to serve their interests, they pitch tents with the greedy few ones among them to begin to fight the governor that is supposed to think of how to do well for them. And it does sometimes it baffles me to think that at this time there are people who are still forming alliance with I don't know if I'm permitted to call names. I would have loved to call names in the state where we come from.
no, we don't
Like
come.
like a man from Ego. You see, I shouldn't call. There's one man in Ego who, in 1999, was already a local government chairman. From local government chairman, he became a commissioner and an attorney general of the state since 1999 to 2016. He was in government. How many years is that? That is 17 good years. He was in government, made a whole lot of money. But this man, just close to 4 years now, that this Obaseki government did not give him position or give him money, give him things to eat. They are crying all over the streets. Or is it the one that was 8 years as a lawmaker in the state, another 8 years at the federal level? Because they don't have anything in life out of politics. Now they are the one crying crying every day as if that their life has come to an end. And
Mm.
you still see some youth who is supposed to be holding these people accountable and asking them questions where you were representing us at the state or even at the federal level as a lawmaker. What did you do in your constituency? People are not asking questions.
Maybe you are
And
referring
that's what
to Odubu. If it's Odubu,
Sam
Odubu.
Osage, 8 years in House of Assembly, 8 years in as a member House of Rep. Even the former deputy governor Odobo, 8 years in House of Rep, 8 years in as a deputy governor. Idawagbo, since 1999, he has been in government. People should begin to ask these people questions. For 16 years, you were there.
Mm.
What did you do? Tell me one thing you did in your not even in your state, in your constituency. Tell us what you did for your people. Tell us your legacy. Before you come and condemn people and telling us to be loyal to you, show us evidence of what you did. One of them was given 900 million in NDDC and he was paid in full to do the St. Saviour Road. As we speak today, the road wasn't done. The money went to voicemail. It took Obaseki government when they came in 2016 to do the St. Saviour Road for the St. Saviour people. A lot of people got injured in that road when they dig roads in that dig road, did a lot of things. So people lost their houses in that road because when they were ordered, they went there, put some things and all that. I know a lot of people that got a lot of injuries in that road. At a time, keke in that road was a lot of people even their cars were damaged just because of that road. and this money was given to one man, paid in full, and the man put all the money, ate everything, and never did anything. Till now as we speak, the same person will still come out and be campaigning and talking, and Nigerians will still come out and be clapping for them and
Yes.
not asking questions. That's where the problem is. That's where the problem is. So if we must get it right,
Yes.
there's two sides of government. There's two sides of government. I say it every day. There's the one you elect into office to serve you. Another one is the one that hold them accountable for them to be able to keep to their electoral promises.
Yes.
That's why if you see in the West, when any politician come to promise them anything, you see where you are there. A little child can write your your prime minister,
Mm.
and your prime minister will respond. But in Nigeria, our people see politicians as their God and not as their servants.
Semi-go.
But in government, those who did government in school, it's boldly defined. Politicians are supposed to be your servants and not your Lord. But in Nigeria, for the very first time in the history of our state, for about 4 years now, you don't longer hear the word again. It's a chair, it's a state, it's a chair in our state because of how Obaseki have been able to put them in and flush them away. Before it's chairman there, chairman there, chairman this, chairman that. They prefer the little change they will get. I say it every day. See, we as a people, either Nigerians, either Edo people, either as African, we say we want things, our nation, our continent, or Africa to be like the way it is in the West, but we are not ready to pay the price. And everything of value come with a cost. We want everything, we just live today, we wake up tomorrow, we get it.
Yes.
That's what a lot of us want. We don't want to pay the price. And until we are ready to pay the price, we will never get it right. The politicians is no longer the problem. The problem is now we, the people, who keep electing nonsense
But the people
into
are
into
suppressing
offices
the
every
masses.
day.
The politicians are suppressing the masses too much.
No, see, let me say this.
Obvious
It
in
is
many.
not it is not it is not just only politicians suppressing the
Yeah.
masses. See, you go to the pool to vote. Just tell me the kind of two options we have in Edo State. Let me use Edo State as a case study. We've seen what went on other 8 years of Oshomole and everything is said. Now it's coming back to impose another candidate, saying he sold a bad candidate to the Edo people before. And you are still seeing some people who said they are educated, who said their head is intact, still supporting this same man who is morally bankrupt. And you are having a governor who is trying to build institutions, who has touched everywhere. Is it sport? Is it education? Is it the economy? Is it everywhere? Who has touched everything within 3 years? Let me say within 4 years now. Even not just only in Benin City, even in the Edo North, Edo Central, Edo South, all across, he has been able to touch one thing or the other. And yet you are seeing people still saying he never do anything,
Yes.
ganging up and doing a lot of things. Some of them even go out to even constitute nuisance, to even put their lawlessness to even the state where they do a lot of things. And yet it's still the youth, our people that still clap their hand, say yes, he must go, he must do this one must do this one.
Look at what
Look at what is the
I just
look
looked
at
at as we are speaking now. I'm reading some of his projects, completed projects in Edo State, Government Science and Technical College that he, I think, renovated. Very beautiful. Let me name another one. Secretariat Complex. Oh my God, beautiful. Osiomo Power. You know the Osiomo Power Plant?
your power plant,
Yeah, that is building to supply power to those citizens. Um,
the refinery at Ologbo.
yes, Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium. Look at the stadium. The only stadium you can compare with this stadium is the one in the UK. Edo Modular Refinery. Okay, the next one, Edo Best. So we are looking at other projects that the governor is working on right now, and you look at the was it not the seaport? The seaport that
Yes, the Gelegele CC port.
seaport. So maybe in the next 4 years, he's going to make sure that he complete that because he promised
For
us.
the Gelegele seaport, for the Gelegele seaport, I've said it before and I will still say it again.
A little bit.
He's going to have a whole challenge. in that area. You know why?
mm,
The challenge is going to have is the likes of the Tinubu and other people from the national level who are going to use the Shomole and some other selected few who cannot see beyond their nose or who cannot see beyond their stomach, going to use them to frustrate the work of the governor. Because you know, I've said it before, with the way those cities centralized, and the way those cities centralized, if the governor can get it right and that seaport come to full reality and he finish everything, first of all, there's going to be a lot of things that is going to leave Lagos as a state to Edo State. First, because the governor is already trying to build the serene atmosphere where it can invite, bring in investors.
mm.
You understand? Two things I've said, but only two things our governor needs to do. And if he does, if he can do it well, you're going to see high level of employment in Edo State. And you're going to see Edo State become a commercial state, not just only in Nigeria, but also in Africa. Do the Giligili seaport. Try to do everything possible to get our airport to get to the international standard where the plane can fly in and out of the country and land in Edo. You will see within 2 years what Edo State will become. Because first of all, he's already doing everything to do the roads and all that, to create the road, the network, and where everything can go around again and go well. Because first of all, Edo is in a centralized place. Edo is the heartbeat. It's not just only the heartbeat of Nigeria. If you are coming maybe you are coming from the east now or even from the north, you have to pass through Benin before you get to Lagos. Let me ask a question. If what you need to go and do in Lagos, you can get it in Benin, what you need, it will take you another almost, because of the condition of the road from Edo to Lagos, almost about 4 hours or thereabout or even more to go through to Lagos. And you know those things you can get it in Benin. Will you still go through Benin and go to Lagos to get the same thing you can get in Benin? The very big answer is no. And that's why a lot of people will do everything to frustrate that effort of the governor doing that seaport in Benin. I will tell you, that's where the hatred of the likes of Tinubu and others are coming from.
Because
See,
to be
because
compared with Lagos. Yeah.
yes, this thing is going to come because we are at least the minority when it comes to one minority in the country. If any certain governor decide to do a lot of things and all that, it's going to attract a whole lot of challenge
Mm,
from especially the likes of a lot of them from the national level, because they know what they are going to lose from their states. A lot of companies will move from Lagos to Benin, especially with the way the governor is doing, because this is a governor that understands, this is a governor that understands economy, this is a governor that has managed wealth all his life since he left school. You don't just expect him to sit down and not be able to do, and I don't know what to do to attract investors to his state. He knows. You understand? And that's why they are all fighting all this. And these are the kind of
now,
people we need
you know,
to rule us as a president.
one problem that
Not the kind of people who do not have a life. These are the kind of people, because to build an economy, it takes somebody who has been able to manage wealth before. Ask us as a people, what has Buhari done all his life? Which school did he went to? Where have they invited him in the world before, even in the world, either in Nigeria, to go give any lecture, to even talk about business, to talk about even what he's doing? Nowhere.
nowhere.
Even the likes of Atiku and even the likes of Atiku and other, tell them where have they invited them in the world before to talk about, even give a lecture,
Atiku,
even in the universities we have.
Atiku was a little bit doing well. It's a business.
Atiku is even better than Buhari, I know. But to a very large those are not the people we need now. We need people. You look at all the money they stole. None of them is able to do anything with the money apart from building houses in Europe, Canada, America, erecting mansions. They don't even think of how to build a business that will keep on giving them money so that they will leave politics. They only think that they can go getting power, getting this, getting this, getting this, getting this, getting that. They want to be there forever to acquire more power. We as a people should stop electing these people who do not have a life, people who cannot manage their own self, people who have not been able to do, who have not been, see, if you
Yes,
put somebody who has not managed money before to come and manage your money because he hasn't managed his own before, when he sees your own, he want to steal because he doesn't know what it takes to make money.
yes,
He doesn't know the energy you need to put to get this money. So when he sees your own, because it's many, you want to steal and take a lot of things to himself. That's why whenever we put people who are just there, who have not been in business before, when they see money, they want thief and God. They say make a job be packer. But someone who has been in money for handling businesses, handling money and all that,
Yes.
this money does no longer move him. He knows what it takes to acquire to make wealth.
What he,
So he's no longer moved by your own because he knows what it takes. He knows the energy you need to put in. But what we do in Nigeria, politicians these days go to borrow money from the bank to do campaign. When they get there, they want to steal, to do a lot of things. Ask them, before Shomole became a governor, where was his house in Benin? None. After 8 years, go and look at the mansion, the gigantic house he have in his village. How much does a sitting governor earn in a month that he was able to acquire that same building? Unlike the one also have in GROA, when he didn't even have a single house in Benin before he became a governor. That's to tell you what they do. Erect mansion, buy cars, send their children to different parts of the world to school and all that. Begin to think of how to acquire more women. I know of one who have a lot of them even have a lot of wives that you and I do not even know.
ah,
Marry for here and be living. And we expect these people to be able to live well for us. People like this character like Obaseki, Governor Makinde and other, these are people we should begin to consider and think of to rule this country. Not this daft people who do not have a life at all. People who just sit down and want to become politician, want to become president or governor to make money when they've never handled it before for themselves. It's
yes.
a pity. We as a people must change our must think of how to do things rightly. Let's pull these people
People
totally
who
out of
are not
politics.
innovative.
Get people in.
Yeah.
Get people in who can create wealth, who has created for themselves. Get them in and let them do something for us. And a lot of things will be better for our country because we are the only country in the world who elect people into the political offices who do not have a life before they become that. Tell me where even the nation where you live. Everybody today who are holding one position or the other, a lot of them has ever served before, either in the public sector, in the private sector, or they've done one thing or the other before in one place or the other. Ask us as a people. Even the one running for Edo State governorship position now in the APC, where has he worked before in his entire life, apart from politics? Ask Samson Osegi, where
Nothing.
has he worked before, apart from politics? Even the Dawagon, where has he worked before, like the former lawmaker from Orion, what's his name again, or something, whether it was Sapnawa or so. The man is from Uronigbe. After his 4 years in House of Assembly, the second one did not return. He went to his chamber as a lawyer in Akpakpava. I know him very well. He went to his chamber. To today, still go to the courts as a lawyer. But unlike the rest, they want to hold on to power for life
Life.
because they don't have a
It's
life.
not working for them now. Look at Adam Soshomole. It's not working for them. It's not
Does
working.
Oshomole have a life before? Apart from being a union chairman and a tailor, what life does he have outside of politics? None. He doesn't have a life before, apart from being a union chairman
There's
and
never,
a tailor. What
there's
life does he
never
have?
a time Adam Soshomole will be able to gain power in Edo State. It's over. His
He
political
doesn't have a life.
his political career has ended. He should just go back to his village and go look for any business, farming. They should provide a farmland for him. That is the only thing he can do right now. It's not somebody that is innovative. He cannot invent anything. He can't do anything. It shows in his activities. The only way he believes that he can get power is to bring Ize Yamu into the system to fulfill his political aspiration. And it's not working for him right now. This idea of godfatherism is not working in Nigeria as a whole. It has failed many politicians in the country. So he's wasting his time. After watching that video today, Austin, honestly, the video that they placed on at
In
Ring
Ring Road.
with the big screen playing Adam Soshomole's comment calling Zeyamu a liar a few years ago. Oh, I said, it is time for Adam Soshomole to just go look for somewhere to stay and go relax his brain because it's not making sense in the Nigerian politics anymore. It's not making any
The,
sense.
o- the only thing I want to beg people, as the Edo State election draw near, less than for 14 days of the election now, let not make the mistake we made in 2015 ahead of presidential election, when some people thought Jonathan was too weak, Jonathan was too weak because he's a man that believes on the rule of law, and they voted him out of office. Today they've seen how the Buhari, who is strong, has been able to do to them. This is another case playing out in Edo State, and it's also the same case where Jonathan of PDP and APC, Buhari of APC. Now you're having an Obaseki who is a technocrat of APC, of PDP, and somebody that they brought in who has totally relaxed, didn't do anything. Have you seen where they invited Yabo to come and talk on anything about economy or give a lecture anywhere in the world? They said he's even a pastor. Before now, have you ever seen his success, even in ministry?
Yes.
Apart from now, they are not trying to show some
You are
video,
very
some
right.
political video. Somebody is a pastor. Before now, have you ever seen his exploit, whether it's evangelism, trying to even do people before now, seen his video anywhere? If somebody he has not been able to be successful in his own field of endeavor, even as a pastor, you want that person to come up to be successful and manage your wealth. It
You
doesn't
manage
work.
it. Yeah.
Since 1999, 2007 that he left office till now, tell me what has he been doing to create wealth for himself? What has been his legacy? If you look at Obaseki, when you talk about biography, you say everything about him, how
Yes.
he went to school
Yes.
before he became this and all that, from one state to another, even where he even served in the US and all that.
Banks.
Ask our brother, compare the two biography, then you begin to ask, are these kind of characters we want to rule us?
I did the biography of
We,
Adas Oshomole. Nothing, no story in his biography.
it's funny.
Nothing there.
Sometimes
Nothing in his
it's
biography.
funny.
The person just left that comment. When I read, I said, this person is very right. I did in biography, there's nothing, no history about him. There's no one history connecting him, inventing anything in his life. Nothing. It's not innovative, nothing. Only to
His own is just to talk.
in
Oshomole's own is just to talk,
power.
talk,
Yeah.
talk. After talking, then he doesn't even think.
Think.
Have you seen where, if you compare all the video of Oshomole, where he has said a lot of things, you begin to see that a lot of things he has said, condemned before, that he talked about one man, one vote. Today is worse off. Is he a man? I don't know why my people can't ask. You said
Austin,
on tape. It's
I'm
funny.
sorry. I'm sorry, Austin. We
It's
have
funny,
to
man. Thank you very much, man.